Causation. Here's a joke. Causation conjunctions. Here's an inventory for because. Because is karena. 1a. Wisatawan itu membeli topi itu karena dia suka Pulau Komodo. The tourists bought the cap because they like Pulau Komodo, Komodo Island. Karena could also be oleh, karena, sabab, oleh, sabab, lantaran. Karena and its synonyms can be optionally negated with bukan instead of tidak. Example 1b, turis itu membeli topi itu bukan karena dia mengantisipasikan kematian sendiri yang ironis. The tourists bought the cap not because they anticipated their own ironic death. Oleh karena and oleh sebab can sometimes be optionally replaced just with oleh after intransitive verbs. Example 1c, wisatawan itu tewas oleh serangan Komodo. The tourist perished from a Komodo dragon attack. Sabab, oleh sabab cannot go at the beginning of sentences. Atas also means because. Example 1d, wisatawan itu tidak selamat serangan Komodo atas luka parah. The tourists did not survive the Komodo dragon attack because of serious injuries. Thanks to is berkat. Example 2, berkat induk Komodo itu, bayi-bayinya sempat makan sampai kenyang. Thanks to their mom, the baby Komodo dragons ate their fill. Berkat has a positive connotation. Through the fault of, the negative connotations. Gara-gara, gagara, mentang-mentang. Example 3, gara-gara serangan Komodo, toilet umum ditutup sementara. Because of the Komodo attack, the public toilets were temporarily closed. Gara-gara, mentang-mentang have negative connotation. Mentang-mentang can only go at the beginning of sentences. Lest, kalau-kalau. Example 4, jangan menggunakan toilet umum kalau-kalau serangan Komodo terjadi. Don't use the public toilets lest a Komodo dragon attack should occur. Kalau-kalau is used in commands as lest to express a condition that a bad thing will happen if the command is not followed. Because it is to, saking plus adjective plus nya. Example 5. Saking ramainya, wisatawan yang bertopi itu meninggalkan grup wisata untuk melihat Komodo sendirian. Because it was too crowded, the tourists with the cap left the tour group to take a look at the Komodo dragons. Saking means because, but it usually mostly shows up in the pattern saking adjective nya, sehingga, that expresses so excessively that. However, saking adjective nya on its own works perfectly okay to express because it is to in excessive contexts. So adjective that. Begitu adjective sehingga. Begitu can be replaced by demikian. Sehingga can be replaced by sampai. Example 6.8. Grup wisata begitu ramai sehingga wisatawan yang bertopi itu meninggalkannya untuk melihat anak-anak Komodo. Instead of begitu ramai sehingga, you could say terlalu sampai, saking ramainya sehingga. The tour group was so crowded that the tourists with the cap left to take a look at the baby Komodo dragons. So excessively that. So terlalu plus adjective plus sampai. Reptile brain, terverb plus sampai. Wisatawan itu terpesona indahnya Komodo itu sampai mencoba membelainya. The tourist was so enchanted by the Komodo dragon's beauty that they tried to pet it. And then saking adjective nya sehingga. Sehingga can be replaced by sampai. Here's an inventory for because of this. That's karena itu. Or on and on. Oleh karena itu, karenanya, sebab itu, oleh sebab itu, akibatnya. Example 1, Tadi malam terjadi serangan komodo di toilet umum. Karena itu, toilet umum ditutup hari ini. A Komodo dragon attack took place last night in a public toilet. Because of this, the public toilets are closed today. This is because, or as a result, is itu karena, or ini karena sebabnya, and so on. Example 2, toilet umum ditutup hari ini. Itu karena terjadi serangan komodo di sana tadi malam. The public toilets are closed today. This is because a Komodo dragon attack took place there last night. In order to. Untuk and supaya agar express in order to, but untuk can only take one subject. Here's a comparison. So number of subjects for untuk, 1. Example 1a, saya berlari secepat mungkin untuk lolos dari komodo itu. Supaya can take 1 or 2. So for 1, saya berlari secepat mungkin supaya saya bisa lolos dari komodo itu. I ran as fast as I could to escape the Komodo dragon. Or 2 subjects. Example 1b, supaya komodo itu tidak bisa menangkap saya berlari secepat mungkin. Saya berlari secepat mungkin supaya komodo itu tidak bisa menangkap saya. I ran as fast as I could so that the Komodo dragon would not catch me. So the location of untuk is only in the second clause. Supaya's location, as in example 1b, can be in the first or the second clause. The redundant subject of untuk, since there's only one subject, must be omitted, as in 1a. Supaya, when there's only one subject, optionally omits it, as in example 1a. Untuk is followed by simple clauses, basically just tidak or verb phrases. Supaya can be followed by simple clauses and complex clauses. Untuk is negated by tidak or bukan, which is preferred. 1c, saya pergi ke Pulau Komodo untuk melihat komodo, bukan untuk dimakan olehnya. I went to Komodo Island to see Komodo dragons, not to be eaten by them. Supaya prefers tidak, but also can use jangan. Example 1d. The preferred form is saya ingin supaya kamu tidak memberi anjing itu Komodo. I don't want you to feed that dog to Komodo dragons. Untuk as a subject has the form predicate, untuk optional, subject 1e. Typically it's the predicate, so the preferred form is tidak begitu mudah untuk menjaga komodo. It's not that easy to take care of a Komodo dragon. Same thing for supaya. Saya ingin supaya kamu tidak memberi anjing itu komodo. I don't want you to feed that dog to the Komodo dragons. Untuk can be used as a verb complement. Example 1g, dia menolak untuk mengikuti saran pemandu wisata. He refused to follow the tour guide's advice. Untuk can also mean for a time period. Untuk selama plus time period 1h. Saya pergi ke Pulau Komodo untuk 2 minggu. I went to Komodo Island for 2 weeks. And untuk could also mean in order to or for the benefit of a noun. 1i, kami akan mengadakan acara amal untuk korban serangan Komodo. We will hold a charity event for victims of Komodo dragon attacks. Dalam rangka often replaces untuk in formal writing. Example 2a, kami akan mengadakan acara amal dalam rangka membantu korban serangan Komodo. We will hold a charity event in order to help victims of the Komodo dragon attacks. Dalam rangka is sometimes used more literally to express in the framework of, in the context of. Example 2b, kami akan mengadakan acara amal dalam rangka misi kita untuk membantu korban serangan Komodo. We will hold a charity event in connection with our mission to help victims of Komodo dragon attacks. Causation verbs. Here are two basic ways to say X causes Y. Menyebabkan and menghasilkan. Example 1a, serangan Komodo menyebabkan penutupan toilet umum. Komodo attacks cause the closure of public toilets. Here's two basic ways to say Y is caused by X. Y disebabkan X. Y dihasilkan X. Example 1b, penutupan toilet umum disebabkan serangan Komodo. The closure of public toilets was caused by Komodo attacks. Here are two basic ways to say X is the cause of Y. X adalah alasan dari Y. Example 2a, serangan Komodo adalah alasan penutupan toilet umum. Komodo attacks are the reason for the closure of public toilets. You can also say adalah penyebab dari. Here are two basic ways to say Y is the result of X. Y adalah akibat dari X, or Y adalah hasil dari X. Example 2b, penutupan toilet umum adalah akibat serangan Komodo. The closure of public toilets is the result of Komodo attacks. Many specialized verbs also express to cause something. Here are some examples. Membuahkan, to produce something, as in membuahkan hasil, to bear fruit. Practice tip. A useful trick for memorizing vocabulary is to memorize word pairs, such as antonyms, lebih awal and terlambat, early, late. Collocations, mengajukan pertanyaan, to ask a question. And then all of these similar sounding words, merintis, meringis, to clear away and to grimace. Take-home lessons. Here's a cheat sheet for useful prepositions, conjunctions, and causation terms. Locative prepositions, so to a location, ke, to a person, kepada. Time prepositions, during, while, sambil, one subject, sementara, two subjects. General prepositions, according to his menurut, based on his berdasarkan. If, so remember, sampai is really good for subjunctive. If I were, jika sampai. Although regardless, so no matter how, bagaimanapun adjective nya. And or but, so both X and Y is baik X maupun Y, and neither X nor Y is bukan X maupun Y, or tidak X maupun Y. Instead, on the contrary, or in fact, is sebaliknya, and then padahal, which is very useful, whereas in fact. And only hanya saja, yes. Because, so of course, karena, etc., etc. So adjective that, begitu adjective, sehingga, or sampai. In order to, untuk, one subject, or so that, supaya agar, one or two subjects. To cause, X menyebabkan Y, X causes Y. Grammar. This series of video presentations includes original material that illustrates key concepts in Indonesian grammar. The following scene includes dialogue that is composed of model sentences based on this presentation.